The students from North Cambridge Academy have been exploring Untitled and really asking the question, what are the conditions of our times? What are the conditions for them as individuals? And how about the artists? How are they responding to this question? And what connections can they make between those artists and their own responses? They've met a number of the artists, they've done workshops with them and interviewed them, and then they've worked with a filmmaker to share their exploration of the exhibition.
What do you believe are the conditions of our time?
I believe the conditions of our time are racism, inequality, and poverty.
I believe the conditions of our time are racism, inequality, and problems with separation of development in certain countries.
I think the conditions of our time is the inability to express ourselves freely and the liberty of speech.
I believe that the conditions of our time are results of post-colonialism, patriarchy, hierarchical systems, and have evolved into more gender, sexuality issues, and the results of the evil of capitalism. So now we as a society can work together to see the faults in these systems and therefore abolish them.
Thinking about the conditions of our times really forces you to think about what's happening at the moment, what's happening in everyday life, in society, in politics, with the environment. You know, I think about the conditions which sort of shape our lives.
I think that the conditions of our time are very much in flux. Revolutionary towards the notion of what freedom is and what it could be.
So I think the birth of the internet has had a big, profound effect on the condition of our time.
You know what it is? I think it's really hard to kind of like answer the question of like what is the conditions of our time, because when you're living in the present is so close up to you. You can't really grasp things fully. Sometimes it's like, you know, I think it'll be like 5 years from now, 10 years from now, we'll really kind of like understand what is truly happening now.
What did you enjoy most about the workshop?
For the workshop, I enjoy doing the activities.
So the first thing I want you to do is pick an image from the comic book, and then I just want you to redraw it in red pen on your paper. But what I want you to do this time is, if you're right-handed, I want you to do it with your left hand. You gotta do it, don't think about it, just do it.
I probably enjoyed the most like drawing in different ways, like drawing with your left hand and like drawing like with two pens in one. Kind of made me think more about like drawing things in general and about how, you know, how we depict simple things.
I enjoyed the freedom. When we were looking at his art as an individual, I really noticed it, and then with the way he conveyed his message and helped us to convey said message through our art, it was very freeing and I enjoyed that.
So today the students explored Kettle's Yard House through drawing, moving around the different spaces, thinking about how it feels as a space in their bodies and through their imaginations. They did a series of short drawings, moving around the different spaces, making connections, and then starting to think about how that might relate to the Untitled exhibition.
Really, the session today is sort of focused around this idea of how you might use performance and the body to create images that convey concepts, narratives, or ideas, and really thinking about how an album cover is a kind of representation of an identity. What's our attitude? What's our style? What are we trying to convey? And how, by simply posing and performing, you can really put across, I think, these concepts that, you know, speak to some basic and fundamental ideas about who we are.
What did you learn from this experience?
From this experience, I'm taking away knowledge of a whole new form of art, which is completely new to me. I used to think that art was just limited to a piece of paper and a pencil, but thanks to Harold, I now know that you can express yourself through so much more than that, such as with your body language.
I quite liked the album cover activity. I think it taught me how to use the space around me and using my body language to express myself.
Would you say that your art is intentionally political or more like inherently political?
That's a really good question. I think that all art is inherently political.